first reading is from the book of the Ecclesiastes. The prophet Elijah arose like a fire, his word flaring like a torch. It was he who brought famine on them and who decimated them in his zeal. By the word of the Lord he shut up the heavens. He also 3 times brought down fire. How glorious you were in your miracles, Elijah! How anyone reason to boast as you have, taken up in the whirlwind of fire, in a chariot with fiery horses, designated in the prophecies of doom, to allay God's wrath before the fury breaks, to turn the hearts of fathers towards their children, and to restore the tribes of Jacob. Happy shall they be who see you, and those who have fallen asleep in love. This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
The responses: God of hosts, bring us back. Let your face shine on us, and we shall be saved.
God of hosts, bring us back. Let your face shine on us, and we shall be saved.
O Shepherd of Israel, hear us. Shine forth from your cherubim throne. O Lord, rouse up your might. O Lord, come to our help. God of hosts, bring us back. Let your face shine on us, and we shall be saved. God of hosts, turn again, we implore. Look down from heaven and see. Visit this vine and protect it, the vine your right hand has planted. God of hosts, bring us back. Let your face shine on us, and we shall be saved. May your hand be on the man you have chosen, the man you have given your strength, and we shall never forsake you again. Give us life that we may call upon your name. God of hosts, bring us back. Let your light shine on us, and we will be saved. The Gospel Acclamation. Alleluia, alleluia. The day of the Lord is near. Look, he comes to save us. Alleluia.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. As they came down from the mountain, the disciples put this question to Jesus. Why do the scribes say that Elijah has to come first? True, he replied, Elijah is to come to see that everything is once more as it should be. However, I tell you that Elijah has come already, and they did not recognize him, but treated him as they pleased. And the Son of Man will suffer in the same way at their hands. The disciples understood then that he had been speaking of John the Baptist. The Gospel of the Lord. I was sympathizing with Father Roy the other day that he had to pronounce the name of that day's saint. Difficult name, tongue twister. I suggested he just stick with the first 2 names, Saint Juan Diego, and leave the rest of the Mexican surname, to which, to our shame, neither of us could say, to one side. I shouldn't in some ways have been so quick to smile at his predicament, because today the same saint occurs in the liturgy and I have the same challenge. But this time, because we come to celebrate, as I mentioned at the beginning, Our Lady of Guadalupe, which this year falls appropriately on this Saturday, a day which we traditionally honor Our Lady. And that's not the only appropriate connection, it seems to me, that we have. I might come to the other connection a little later. I wanted to start with the account of Our Lady of Guadalupe. For those who are not familiar, the account says that she appeared 4 times to Juan Diego in December 1531 and once to his uncle. It's an account actually which has echoes in the later apparitions in Lourdes, and indeed elements you can see in other accounts over the years and around the world. She appears to a very ordinary individual and asks them to go to the local bishop and implore him to build a church in her honor, that the faith may be developed and deepened in that place. Not surprisingly, in these various accounts, most of the bishops, in this case an archbishop, ask for some confirmation as to how they can know that this apparition is real. And she, on a subsequent appearance, invites one to pick roses from the top of the hill. This is in December, in a place where roses don't grow. And she then helps him to gather them in his tilma, a form of cloak. We're told that when he takes the flowers to the archbishop to show the extraordinary thing that has happened, he opens the cloak and it is found to have the image of the Virgin Mary upon it. This, combined with the miraculous recovery of his uncle, to whom this lady also appeared, was enough to begin the process of making Guadalupe into a pilgrimage place. Not, it has to be said, without some controversy over the years. The more you read, the more you find claim and counterclaim. Religious orders who find themselves competing, in a sense, as to what is proper. The Archbishop beginning inquiries, disputed outcomes, claims that the cloak is becoming too much of a focus. This is a form of idolatry, that it's almost leading people away from the Christian faith, and so on, down through the years. And yet what you have to observe at the same time is that the shrine grows. More and more people come to visit there. It outgrows the original church built. It then outgrows the bigger one. It then outgrows the basilica that was built. And to this day, it overwhelms the new basilica, which has been built on the site, capable of accommodating 10,000 people in its main church and thousands more in the crypts and the chapels below and above. And still they come. It is the largest Catholic pilgrimage site in the world. It is the third largest pilgrimage or religious site of any faith. That people still come, that they find comfort and healing and a strengthening of their faith and a joy under the patronage of Mary, leaves the disputes and the challenges perhaps in the shadows. It also challenges our modern view that people no longer seek the Lord, that somehow the world is becoming secular. They still come in their tens of thousands to each celebrations of the Mass, at least they do during normal time. The Children's Liturgy this month has been inviting people to join Mary on a journey through Advent. Which brings me to where I began, is where I stayed with the purple of Advent, that real sense that we want to continue through this day, the pilgrimage that we are on with Mary. And she calls us to her Son. I'd like to suggest in a particular way, it should be very natural to us here in Guildford, given where we live and given our local history. This is a place on the pilgrim's way. There is that wonderful tradition in our own locality of people of faith passing through this place, just as we, in a sense, pass through it in this lifetime. And so this season calls us to take up that pilgrimage again, not through the streets, but in a sense through our lives. Mary invites us to follow her to the Lord, and John invites us to renew our pilgrimage in confidence and in joy.